have you truly forgiven someone if you are still hurt? That's the question before us today. So you know that you should forgive someone when they hurt you. And maybe you've tried, or maybe you thought that you have, but there's still hurt, there's still pain that you're struggling with, and it's causing you to second guess whether or not you've truly forgiven someone. So I'd like to start the answer with an illustration from John Piper. He says this: when Paul, the Apostle Paul, when he was whipped with 39 lashes, even after he forgave his persecutor, there would have been big welts on his back and terrible lacerations on his back that would have hurt him for weeks to come. And I think what Piper's getting at there is that Paul forgiving those who beat him and who whipped him would not have eliminated his pain. Meaning there would have been physical scars and pain long after Paul forgave those who did that to him. And in a case like that, there's even emotional pain and scars after someone has done that to you. And so when someone's hurt you, there will be pain that continues on even after you've forgiven someone. And so that pain doesn't just magically disappear when you forgive. I wish that were the case, but that is not true. The effects of sin, it always hurts somebody, and it hurts and it hurts. Now, just if you can remember what forgiveness is, and that it's always costly. So sometimes that cost is continuing to bear those pains and those hurts long after forgiveness has been offered. Now, I do want to make one clarification. There's emotional and physical pain caused by someone's sin, and that's different than the emotional response of bitterness, of anger, of hatred towards the person. All right, so you can still have pain caused by someone, and that's not sin. But if you have the pain caused from the emotions of hatred and bitterness towards that person for hurting you, well, now that's a little bit different. And that's probably a good indication that you have not forgiven that person. All right, so what's the best way to tell? Because sometimes those different pains can be confused, or they could be so close to each other, it's hard to separate them. And so sometimes you could have pain and you don't really know if that's the pain caused by the sin, or if that's the pain caused by your heart harboring anger and unforgiveness towards that person. So let me just offer you a better metric to use, and that is, what do you want for the person? So whoever it is that has hurt you, there's really two different things that you can want for them. You can want bad for them, or you can want good for them. And what I mean by bad is you enjoy it when they're hurt, or when they get what's coming to them, or if they get exposed, or if they're embarrassed, you feel satisfied. You somehow feel like justice is happening as they are hurting. So do you want them to continue to suffer and hurt, or do you want good for them? Do you want them to be happy? Do you want them not to continue to be hurt by something? All right, that makes a huge difference, and I think is the best evidence to know whether or not you have truly forgiven someone. And that is, let me just state it again, if you want bad for them, most likely you have not forgiven them. But if you want their good, then most likely you have forgiven them. Now, I can't even imagine all of the things that have happened to you and the hurts that you have gone through. But I do know this. I know that it's hard to forgive. And I know that there is lots of pain in everybody's life. And so I know that that is true for your life. And so I end just with this encouragement from Paul, Philippians 4, 8, and 9. And this is my encouragement and my challenge to you, especially if you are still hurt and you're struggling with those thoughts of what happened and it's hard to get it out of your mind. Let this be an encouragement to you. Finally, brothers and sisters, whatever is true, whatever is honorable, whatever is just, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is commendable, if there is any moral excellence and if there is anything praiseworthy, dwell on these things. Do what you have learned and received and heard from me and seen in me, and the God of peace will be with you. I pray that the Holy Spirit will empower you to think on these good things and not the past, not the pain and the hurt, even though that doesn't eliminate it. Just think on the things that are good and commendable, and the God of peace will be with you.